I flew out to South Dakota with my friend, the hobbyist miner.
Hi.
And we are checking out an 800 ASIC Bitcoin mining farm. And let me tell you, this place is crazy.
So I'm out here with Josh from BitHome crypto mining facility. Man, what can you tell us about this facility?
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming out. It's really exciting to have DJ out here and have hobbyists come out, and I've been looking forward to this for quite some time. We have about 800 ASICs running right now. We'll get into a little bit more of the details on each of these, what these machines are and what they do. But yeah, just excited to have you guys out here and excited to share the farm and kind of the things that we've been working on here at BitHome. Yeah, so these are the Bitfury Niven machines. They do about 183 terahashes. And in this section here, we have 105 of those machines running. And that's coming off of that main control panel over there. And you can kind of see the trapeze of electrical that comes over the top. And then that runs down into each of the panels that's kind of powering these different sections. So if we walk over here, we can kind of take a look and see exactly kind of how we have the setup of the different rows. All the airflow kind of comes in through this side and gets sucked in right here. And you kind of see this wall of machines. And then we have the different rows, kind of aisles of machines here where the hot air is trapped and then sucked out on this section. And so this section we set up in about April. We fully got it operational April 2021. We kind of started the facility in late 2020, getting things set up and getting things going. And this was really a work in process to get it to this point and get it to kind of be, in perfect operation, let's say, where the airflow was right and everything was right. It was really like a challenge over the last, a few months to get it to really where it's set up like this.
And I gotta say, chat, the airflow here is amazing. I could just feel it. Like my hair is moving, the pressure here, it feels fantastic until you get to that exhaust side. Yeah,
so right now we're gonna go into the exhaust side here and check out kind of the airflow on the we'll call it section 1.
Oh, that feels good. So how many CFM is this fan?
This fan's about 30,000 CFM. We have a few different types of fans. At the time, I was really scrambling to kind of get things, the fans that were available and get them up and in right away. So I have kind of the two 30,000s, then I have a few different ones down there, and about a 60,000 down there. So
yeah, the pressure here, I love it. Look at the sheer size of this thing.
And all these fans are on temperature control. Right now, since it's a little warmer outside, they're just running full speed. But in the winter time, when it gets really cool out, then these fans will shut down completely just based on temperature. So you don't really have to monitor temperature or anything like that. It's all read by sensors out there. Yeah, this is one of the hot aisles, kind of one of the hot chambers. And what happens is the hot air just kind of gets pushed into here and sucked down through this hallway and then out all the fans outside. And so this is our first setup. This setup's actually been running for close to 3 years now. So, for being 3 years old, still holding up really well.
Yeah, man, I can just feel it. The heat is a beautiful thing. I bet in the winter it feels amazing.
Yeah, I come back here in the winter and get warmed up.
I'll come back.
Down here at the end, we gotta have a larger fan. This fan does 60,000 CFM. We have a couple other fans here. This is just kind of at the end of the section, and it really just helps to suck all that hot air down and out. It's kind of the larger suction down in this area. That's also on temperature controlled as well. So that feeds out to the front there. This will shut down completely in the winter and won't be running if it gets really cool out there in the main area.
So if I was looking to buy a fan like this, how much would it cost me?
These fans, because they're the different style of fans, they're actually a little bit lower cost, but I think this fan, I want to say this fan was only like $1,200 or something.
Oh, that's a good deal.
I think I only spent about $7,000 total on fans.
Oh, that's a great deal.
Compared to some of the other fans that are out there, I had a kind of a working relationship with a company across the street that sells these fans. So I was able to just go across the street, grab these fans when they had them available and get them put in real quick when I needed them. And that's kind of how I got to this point in this first phase 1.
Let's go, baby, BitHome. So Josh, how did you come up with this airflow design? I see it's like a single wall. Usually I'd see the ASICs kind of on both ends, so talk me through that.
Yeah, part of this is really a work in process, a little bit of a learning curve. Originally we had kind of what you're talking about is two hot aisles that faced each other. But with the Bitfuries and just the power of the CFM, having them too close together really caused problems with too much heat kind of being in there. So we went with this route here. We just have one single row and then a hot air is trapped in this chamber and just goes right outside to the exhaust fans and gets sucked out. So it was a little bit of a learning curve. It took one iteration to kind of get it this way. And now it's been running like this for about almost 3 years now with really no issues. And you asked if I had kind of researched and had some other folks in here and kind of look at it. I brought in some other miners that have larger mining facilities before I even got this built out. And this was kind of the advice that I got on having the intake wall on this side and really sucking all the air out across the building on this side. And so it's really been a journey over the last, let's call it 5 years of my mining journey and learning how to do this and really just researching and looking at what other big farms are doing and then getting it to this point. All right, so let's walk over here first, take a look at this wall right now. This wall on this side is about 25 feet high.
Massive, man.
Yep. And then we have air filters kind of embedded, and these air filters have been in here for quite some time. I do wash them out quite frequently. But at some point here before winter, I'll probably end up replacing this air filtration and cleaning that up.
I could just feel it. It's so strong.
Yeah.
It's so strong. And that's just natural air from like the ASICs?
Yeah, just sucking in the natural airflow. Wow. We have the exhaust, and then also when we look at the other section, you'll see kind of where a lot of that air gets sucked out,
And here's the other one. Is there any difference? I see this one's like triple-sided.
Yes. So the idea behind this is to create more surface area for intake. Anytime you have more surface area for air to come through, you're gonna have more airflow coming through. And so with this, we have 4 sides on this, right? 4 sides that are about 20 by 25 feet tall, 20 by 20 or so, that go wrap around 1, 2, 3, and then the top, right? And a little bit up there as well. Yeah. And so this really is kind of the main driver, a lot of the airflow for the other setup over here.
Look at that.
And
wow.
There's probably about a 3-mile-an-hour wind speed coming through right now that you can feel.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I gotta know, you have a team cleaning this? Is it you cleaning this?
No, we have replaced these because they are replaceable, and it's relatively low cost to redo a replacement here. It just takes maybe a day or two where you just rip this down, and we have more filtration setting up. So we'll probably do that before winter. During the summer here, when there's a little more, pollen and things in the air, we let them go for a week or two, and then I come by with a hose and just spray this down. Someday I would like to build actually a self-cleaning system that kind of goes around the whole thing and self-cleans this whole thing.
Yeah.
And also maybe some different, self-cleaning air filters and things like that. But right now the goal is to keep expenses low, and this does the job on that. This is a low-cost setup that drives the airflow that we need.
And shout out to you. It's just you cleaning this?
Yeah, but it's a big hose over here, high pressure.
Yeah.
This whole building was set up for kind of a computer gold mining operation where they take computer parts and mine ash, and get gold. So they had all this like water infrastructure in here, and I did disconnect a lot of it by all the machines, but I kept some of that water over here to be able to clean things, easily.
Awesome, man. Show me the rest of these ASICs, because wow, look at this. Like, how much power do you think is on this side? I'm not even sure what that thing is. You gotta tell me what this stuff is, man.
Yeah, so this is about 2 to 3 megawatts right here in this setup, and then there's another 2.5 megawatts down there that can be deployed. And we were hoping to kind of get that up and running here in the near future. We'll take a look at that. But right now we have kind of a 2500 kVA transformer.
That's what this big one is.
Well, on the outside is the transformer.
Okay, transformer.
And then this comes into a main switch, and this is a 2,000 amp switch.
Wow.
Yep. And so if you come over here, you can see each one of these are 200 amp breakers.
That's people's mining sheds right there.
One, yeah.
Yeah.
These are all 200 amp breakers, and all of these breakers feed them to each of these panels. And that's how you see kind of all this coming up and over, and each one of these breakers goes to its own unique panel. And this is 480, 277 power, so it's kind of the higher level power that comes in. These machines can handle that type of power. Some of the other machines, it depends on what kind of power supplies and PDUs you use, but you can't handle the higher level power. You get lower amps.
This is insane, man. How many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's about 16 feet high.
Yeah.
And there's 60 machines in each section, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections or so in this area.
Wow. And how much of this power are you yourself hooking up? Like, is it a team that's hooking all this up? Or?
I do all the setup of the racking, and I did all the build out of the infrastructure and design and everything. And then I do have a team of electricians, kind of 2 main electricians that I work with. They partner together, they come in with their crews, and they set up what we need to get set up.
I can't imagine, because I felt proud in my garage just having 3 of the 30 amps that I did by myself. And I was like, yeah. I come out here, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, they pulled all their trucks in here. We had like 6 or 7, electrician trucks and vans here, and they just got, 10 guys or whatever and just crank it out. We did it in a week or so on this.
That's insane. That is insane.
And then I do want to show you this, DJ.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this over here. So right next to this, so this is the 2,000 amp switch, and this is a 600 amp CT cabinet. And inside of here is basically 600 amps that's coming to around the other section. So what happened was we originally set this up, and we weren't using the full capacity of the transformer that we had outside. But we still had some machines we wanted to get up and running. And so then what we did is we came and we had this equipment. We said, all right, well, we have another 600 amps. Can we add that to the transformer? The company said, yes, you can. So we went ahead and we added this. And so now we have the 2000 and the 600, so 2600 here together.
God, that is so strong. I feel like I'm melting. Okay, so real quick, because I'm dying in here, what can you tell us about the exhaust?
Yeah, this setup is kind of a natural pressurized chamber that essentially captures all the heat and then just forces it outside, right? And the benefit to this is 100% natural airflow, no risk of like fans failing. That's one of the concerns is like you have a big setup like this and you have all fans right here and some of those fans fail and you're not available to be there to catch that, you could have an issue where all of a sudden you have a bunch of heat buildup in the building and things like that and cause problems, right? And with this setup, you're never gonna have anything like that because it's just all natural airflow. Also, it's lower cost. You don't have to purchase, you know, a ton of high expensive fans.
All right, so we've been talking offline a little bit, man. Bit Home. There's more to Bit Home than this mining facility, as cool as it is. So like, what are you working on with, man? You have so many GPUs.
Yeah, so I really got started in the GPU space. I started building GPUs kind of early on when Ethereum was kind of getting going and things like that. I was really excited about that. And so some of this is just an accumulation of over that time period, kind of accumulating. And I've had different mining sheds. I've moved these GPUs around, but now ultimately gotten them to this point here. And I do have a bunch of other GPUs actually just in storage. And so BitHome is not just a Bitcoin mining facility. It really is a Bitcoin mining farm and a software development company. Okay. And so one of the things that I'm working on is we're building some software that's really the goal is to help GPU miners, right? And so that was really the first vision for BitHome software was, hey, can we build a system that allows us to run our GPUs on it efficiently and maximize our earnings in different ways while making that very simple and easy to use, right? Some of it is running on the BitHome software now. I mean, maybe you want to pan over here and, you know, we have some of the BitHome mining application up right now and then the BitHome website, BitHome installer. And so some of these machines are running on the BitHome system right now, mining, like, you know, for example, this machine's mining Ergo. The goal is that's kind of why these machines are out here right now is to continue testing and finishing up and wrapping up to the BitHome software and then getting all of these machines up and running on the BitHome software, kind of similar to what you see over here.
Thank you so much, BitHome, South Dakota, man. Love this place, but I gotta roll. Peace out, boys. I love this place, man. Look at this, look at this.